Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Ace of Cards Casino Chats. I am EngrAnger. I am joined by the one and only Lieutenant Smash. How are you doing, my guy?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well, and I am super excited to kind of get this podcast started here. Sorry, 1 second here. Okay. Some technical difficulties here. We'll figure it out, hopefully. There we go. So, welcome to the podcast. That was pretty first episode kind of stuff, just to have technical difficulties right away in the very first episode of the podcast. But I'm super excited to get this started. I guess, Lieutenant, where'd you get the idea to kind of start this podcast? Why did you want to start it? Because this was kind of your idea, and I think that people want to know what's up with the casino chats.
I was just thinking. I was just playing Smash. I was like, damn, this is kind of crazy, dude. It's 2023. I mean, there's just these people, and like, I have the opportunity to commentate with these people, and I really do, enjoy talking to all the AC card members. I was like, what if I just turned talking into all the AOC members, checking up on them, and just kind of like how other Smash podcasts, like I was watching Tweak Talk, I was watching the Underdogs podcast, Lights Out. I watched all three of those. I'm like, I think AOC has a lot of interesting people that we could attract a reoccurring audience for the casino chats, and it's just a great way to show off all the great AOC members that we have. And I don't know, kind of just thought of it one day. I was walking my dog, stuff like that. Walking my dog, went to play Smash. Like, damn, man, maybe I should ask somebody about this. And the perfect person to ask was EngrAnger. So
All the best
here we go
ideas.
now.
All the best ideas kind of come when you're walking basically by yourself outside. You're just thinking to yourself of all the productive things that you could do with your time, and instead you start a podcast.
So many things to do in the world, and every white person ever starts with a podcast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the white person special, right?
So is your unseasoned chicken ready?
I'm sorry?
Never mind. That was a bad joke. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I season my food, boy. I put salt and pepper on my chicken.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of Ace of Cards, we had a very big announcement today during Warp Zone 2, a regional in, I believe, Illinois.
Yep.
Correct?
Illinois.
Ace of Cards picked up the second best solo fox in America. That is second, which means, we're pretty much a big esports team now. I don't know. We picked up Comet, and that happened right before one of his sets, and he would go on to get 7th at that event, I believe. So, or no, I'm sorry, at the previous event. However, he played right before his set on stream. There was an announcement, and people in chat were very excited to see Comet join Ace of Cards. And what are your thoughts on that? Seeing, this is definitely the highest level of Smash Ultimate players that we've had on the team. So, how do you think this is gonna, set up our future? Is this a big step for us?
Well, absolutely. I definitely think so. Comet is certainly one of the best foxes to do it, of course. Light is just absolutely incredible in his own right, being the best fox, of course, right? But Comet, I think, is a super talented, amazing individual who really reps the Midwest, who isn't really like the biggest or most talked about region, and he plays a character that a lot of people think are really, really strong, but not a whole lot of people play him because he takes this level of like precision and accuracy that's very tough to bring to a tournament setting. And I'm going to be honest, as one of the owners of Ace of Cards, not to toot my own horn or anything, but we were looking at players that we could potentially pick up. And Comet was one of the first people that kind of came to my mind because he seems like just such a chill individual. I've had a couple of conversations with him. He's a really awesome dude. But also incredibly talented, and what I was surprised to end up learning in my research process and before we kind of talked to him is apparently he's never been on an esports team, at least according to everything that I could find. So this is really really cool that we're able to do this, and I'm super excited to work with him and see what we can make happen. And of course, right, he's an incredibly talented player. And if you guys did not see the announcement trailer, it was really sick. It's gonna be up here somewhere. Yep, there probably. I don't know. But yeah, I was super super excited that he wanted to go along with this, and yeah, shoutouts to him. At Soul Comet on Twitter, at Soul Comet on Twitch as well, where he is going to be streaming regularly for Ace of Cards. And just to kind of more directly answer your question, Lieutenant, I definitely think this is kind of a step in the right direction for Ace of Cards as far as things go. Because, yeah, I just think it's a step in the right direction to pick up a player that is as incredible as Comet.
It's just such like, it's very, surreal to be part of a big step in being part of the beginnings of a team. I've been with Ace of Cards since 2020. I was like 12. Now I'm 15 out here doing this crap, and it's just like, damn, I'm part of something big. It feels so good to be part of something like this, where it's a game I love. It's something that I've been with for 3 years in and out. And it's just so nice to see our community grow in a way that very fast, because we had 100 members like 6 months ago, and now we're all the way, we're all the way up to 314 now, it looks like. So it's really nice to just see, all the people in the community grow, and now we got the best player in Wisconsin. So this is definitely going to be nice to see happen and play out, and we really do look forward to seeing Comet at future events and to see how he finishes out here at Warp Zone tomorrow.
Absolutely, yeah. One thing that I will point out is, at the time of recording this is just after the announcement from him, and we did see that, unfortunately, at the event, Comet did get upset early on in pools by an incredibly underseeded Lucina player. But he will be at this point playing in day 2 of Warp Zone tomorrow, and I hope by this time the episode goes up he makes that godlike MK Leo 11 set losers run and make it back into grand finals, of course. But either way, we're still incredibly proud of him. He's still absolutely an incredible player. But that being said, I guess this is kind of a good transition point, is there is a lot on the table for the future of Ace of Cards, because this organization has existed since, I believe, December to January is kind of 2021 into 2022 is really when they got started. Kind of as a joke, honestly. It was kind of... It was started by Shrimp, Gamma, and Origami, as kind of this organization that was meant to be about the homies, and it kind of still is. I really like the roster that we have on the team thus far, and I got to talk to a few people, and they're really awesome. But to see where Ace of Cards has gone in almost 2 years is very surreal, because at this point in time now we have the Pokemon Unite side of things, which I will admit, as the head of Pokemon Unite, things have been dormant the last sort of few months just due to life circumstances and other issues. But we have the Mario Kart team, of course, which is doing very strong. 200L Division 3 league champions for, I believe, season 8 of their league. And also recently, we acquired a Wi-Fi crew in the Patched Out Pirates. Shout out to Sparkskill, who is an absolutely amazing person for running that. And that server has almost 1,000 people in it, so which is really really cool to see. And we run tournaments and stuff through there. So I think there's a lot on the table for the future of Ace of Cards, and of course now, as you can see, we're making content. We're trying our hand at that, and we'll see what kind of works. What do you think about the future of Ace of Cards, Lieutenant?
It can't really go down from here. I mean, we pretty much have everything set. We've gotten rid of all the uncertainties. Like, will we have enough commentators? Will we have enough people? Do we have, brand awareness? But now I think we've started to put people on notice. We've put the online scene on notice. Now we're transitioning to some more notable offline players like Comet. We have our mate we've had for a while. I just want to, give myself a pat on the back. That was the guy who got our mate on the squad, right? That was all me.
It's you and me making moves out here. We're all by our damn selves. We should just run the team. Overthrow, Java, Shrimp, Breezy, get him out of here. it's the Anger Lieutenant show.
But I really do think that we could get up there. And out of all the grassroots teams, from something that was a joke, and now the farthest thing from a joke, we have a very nice roster. Our mate Floppy Fail. We have presence at pretty much most of the main fighting games.
UK.
Not fighting games. We have Smash. We have Mario Kart. We have Unite. We used to have Pokemon like Showdown players, but that's
Pokemon
not a thing
Showdown.
anymore.
We also used to have
That
up until very recently, we also had Multiverses and Nick All-Star Brawl.
those
Uh,
died.
yeah. Well, hold on now, because Nick All-Star Brawl, it has a new game coming out, and I don't really have it in the lineup for today. But just really quickly, have you seen the trailer for that?
I have seen the trailer and I loved it, and I really enjoyed playing the first game. And I was pretty involved with the community in the first game, and I knew a lot of the players like CTM. CTM.
Eddie Sunshine.
Eddie Sunshine is
Yeah.
also melee. But there's a lot of like online melee players who play Nick All Star Brawl, and it was a pretty no matter what, they always had a tournament every day of the week, and it was nice to see. It's a good community. I'm gonna miss it.
I'm gonna miss it for sure, but who knows? Maybe we'll plan some stuff for Nick All-Star Brawl 2 in the future, coming out this fall. That could be something on the list. We'll have to see. The other thing that I was gonna ask you right now, and I kind of already know the answer to this, but we have players from the UK on the team, in terms of Uzair, who is a Shulk main, and Snake Ninja, who is a King K role player. And we have, of course, a lot of reps in the United States because this is a US-based organization. But I gotta tell you, what do you think the likelihood is we pick someone else, maybe from Japan or somewhere else?
I think it's always on the table. I mean, it's just with the era that we're in right now, you can reach anybody from anybody from anywhere in the world. I mean, maybe a Cola will join the team. Who the hell knows? It's just anything is possible, and I think everyone who's a fan of AOC and everyone on AOC will be they'll feel like justice has been served, and they'll be happy with whatever our next moves are, because no matter what, we have a team that is able to make the right moves and knows where to find the people from out of region. And we have connections pretty much in every region in the world.
Yeah, it just goes to show you like how fast the landscape for esports kind of moves. because a year ago this wasn't even fathomable, and now we're not really a big organization at this point, but we're looking that way, right? We want to start making the right decisions to kind of get there, and we want to be able. The goal kind of AOC is to give back to these different communities, and give them the love, attention, support that they deserve. And we're kind of starting with Smash because that's where our expertise is. But we're really hoping to make some moves in not only just across the world in Smash, but in other games too. And of course, we're always looking for people. If you want to join, go ahead and join the Ace Cards Discord server in the description. Always happy to have people there. And kind of on the next topic of things, there's not really a great way to segue into this. So I'm just gonna ask you, Lieutenant, is there anything that bugs you?
Yeah, it's GameStop. GameStop bugs me. And not necessarily GameStop itself. It's the interactions you have at a GameStop. And I'm on vacation here with my grandparents in Philly. I moved in with them for about 2 weeks. I'm approaching the end of it, and they asked me if I wanted to go to GameStop and get anything. I was like, yes, I do. And I picked up this Street Fighter 6. I'm very excited to crack this baby up when I get home and play it. But I went in there today and hey, do you guys have a pre-owned version of Street Fighter 6? Because I wanted to save that money. Got it for $52, yeah. And what ended up happening was not what I expected. I went in, and as I'm about to go pay for it, a guy walks in with a PS3. And this is the dirtiest console I've ever seen in my life. It's got scratched up stickers everywhere. It reeks of some unfathomable drugs. It smelled horrible. It looked horrible. There was dirt all over it. And the lady just immediately, as he approaches the counter, no, I know who you are. You're not getting away with this. And I'm like, oh shit, this is about to go down. I'm excited for this.
Shit.
And
is GameStop the new Waffle House?
And he's like, huh? Oh, no, I cleaned it. And he's like, and she's like, the clerk was like, no, I don't care if you cleaned it. We've gotten calls from the GameStops in the area, from all the other malls. We know what's inside this. Are the roaches still in there, huh? And out comes out a giant cockroach in that console. That was nasty. He puts it on the thing, dust, and then it's I hear this little it was a weird squeak or something like that, and just there's three or four cockroaches come out. I don't know, maybe I don't really know. It was just a very big bug. A bunch of them come out. Jesus, get out of my store! Oh, okay. And I'm hearing her report to the other GameStop about it, and he's like, yeah, it's the guy with the fake ID. Apparently he's got he sells fake IDs and stuff. This crazy guy. And I guess that's GameStop's worst enemy right now. So it was definitely something else. It was empty, and it was just, I guess I was the only person who got to witness that. So that was pretty cool.
I have too many questions, honestly.
Yeah, one of them is, why do you trade in your console at GameStop? You need to get a Happy Meal for that.
All right, some people need some dough. They need that extra cash. But the real question is, how did the cockroaches get in there? They're
just so dirty.
Your setup has to be really crusty if you're getting cockroaches stuck in your PS3. I don't get how. I don't even know.
They're living in it. It's what?
That's crazy. I don't even it's gotta be I understand why a cockroach would want to go in there. It's kind of a cool dark environment when it's not turned on, and I get that maybe you probably don't turn on your PS3 that much and stuff, but like, why is your room so dirty that you have multiple cockroaches that just want to infest? There, I mean, there's gotta be more to it than that, right? If the PS3 is that dirty, then I don't even want to know what their house looks like. I want to know what their room looks like.
I
It's got to
haven't.
be nasty.
I have a feeling that that might have been on purpose, or it might have been some sort of like online, like some weird douche tuber who like likes to pull those pranks because he had a few
Ah,
friends standing outside that GameStop with phones out. So yeah, might have been a Dion
of
prank.
course. It's the biggest hobby of well, otherwise uninteresting hobbyless teenagers, right? Is we gotta or young adults is we've gotta prank the minimum wage workers that get paid too little money to deal with any of that shit. um, but
That is a real problem.
yeah, that's crazy. Um, I don't even know how to segue out of this. I'm gonna be honest, because that is genuinely just one of the most vile things that I've ever heard, and we're probably spending too much time on this, but I'm just gonna get right into it. One of the last things that I kind of wanted to talk about today was actually you and me. We have known each other for a year and a half, and I'm sure the people would love to know how the Enger and LT Smash homies kind of met, because I think it's a very interesting story. Um, and I'll sort of get it kicked off, and then you can tell your part of it. But I used to work for another esports org, who I'm not gonna name here, right? Unless they sponsor us. Looking for sponsors, of course. Um, but I used to work for another esports organization, where I was also the head of Pokemon Unite over there. And we got this little tournament series started called the Coliseum. For those of you who recognize that name, it was
Oh god.
one of the biggest online bi-weeklies for Pokemon Unite, and it was a fun time. Uh,
It was really the most fun I've had doing commentary. I get nostalgia sometimes from thinking about that.
Bring
It's
it
a fun time.
back. Hopefully we can make something work for Unite soon. We'll have to see. Um, but yeah, we it was about 3 or 4 months into running this bi-weekly tournament series, and Lieutenant comes into our sort of main Discord server, and he wants to come in and he wants to help, right? I didn't know he was part of Ace of Cards at the time.
I think I
I
was in and out.
yeah. Because you were just trying to find your place. I mean, you're a young kid on the grind. I'm not even gonna hold you. But he was like, I want to commentate, and I was like, you want to do some Unite stuff? And that is really how it was born. But I think there's a little more to it than that.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what Ignite was, to be honest. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on terminology. I couldn't get that down. I had that shit downloaded and I enjoyed playing the game. I just knew absolutely nothing about it. I think my co-commentator really did it well where I could uh I could add this comedy bits or just like strategic bits, but not really use the terminology. You can know, like I could point out, oh wow, this guy does this really well. Let's talk about that. Can you explain this to the audience? like I was giving him the spotlight. I was a hyper kid. I had a real squeaker voice, and I didn't realize that I wasn't being funny when I would reoccur the same joke over and over again.
No.
And I DM'd this guy 3 months ago and asked him about if he remembers it, and he didn't respond to me.
Oh my God,
And I would make
no.
this joke about this guy. Can I say his name?
Yeah, yeah. Ed's still on the team. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ed, and Ed made a shot. He couldn't. It was, I think it was Team Steel something.
Steel
It was
Barrier Mexico.
Steel Barrier Mexico. there's some language barriers there, and they were like complaining about stuff. And for some reason, he couldn't remember the name, and he accidentally called them Shadow Realm. And I was like, and he says, "Go into the Shadow Realm, Jimbo." And I would start like, whenever something hype would happen, I would pop. I was like, "Sent to the Shadow Realm. Down goes Fraser." I'm like, and everyone was like, "What is this kid doing? Why does he think he's funny?" And I thought I was the funniest dude on earth.
Oh my
And I would just
god.
keep making the Shadow Realm joke over and over again. And I was like, Jesus, what am I? I just look back at that. I'm like, what was I doing?
It was so much worse than that though, because it wasn't just that was your first time commentating for the company I used to work for. And it wasn't it got worse because I made an emote as a joke, and it was only supposed to be up for one day after the tournament, and then it turned into a whole thing where we had people spamming. It was Jimbo T-pose.
People ate that joke up though.
Oh my
Like,
god.
they loved it. Oh my god. We would have team meetings, and I would like pretend like I have this great idea, and I would pitch it, and I would screen share, and I'd say, okay, if we need a rebrand and we want to get away from this Coliseum idea, how about we do this great? It's a bit shady, you know. Shadow Realm Sundays, the Super Bowl of Pokemon Unite, and it would be the Jimbo T pose thing, and I would spend like hours working on this. I would make up new bullshit every 2 weeks for these meetings, and everyone was like, okay, yes, very funny. Let's move on now. And it's definitely a learning experience. But that's how I met EngrAnger. So that
Yo,
that was EngrAnger's first impression of LT Smash. But then LT Smash grew a pair of balls, and now he's much more
nah.
smart.
The honestly, it was funny. You were a great color commentator. Like you are really funny sometimes. It's ridiculous. But honestly speaking, we haven't done much for Unite these past few months. Just kind of transitioning. But let us know if we should pull out the Shadow Realm Sundays. If that should be something we do.
Shadow Realm Sundays comes back.
Yeah.
I would be so hyped.
Shadow Realm Sundays, because it's been almost a year since our last tournament with them. But yeah, Shadow Realm Sundays would be kind of hype. Let us know if we should bring it back. Even if it's not for Unite, I still think Shadow Realm Sundays would be the best. Imagine we bring back Nick All-Star Brawl, and we do Shadow Realm Sundays.
Yes, because it's
because
Jimbo,
he's
right?
literally in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. They added Jimmy Neutron's dad before Jimmy Neutron.
That's crazy. Alright, well now I think it's about time we got to our final thing for the day. Lieutenant Smash and I, we wanted to kind of do a little bit of a melee grind session. Just letting you know, we're both bad at the game, but for today's river, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing, what do you want, a best of 5 or first of 5?
Let's make the video look like it's a long podcast and do a first to 5.
First to 5. All right. Well, this is gonna confuse the hell out of anyone who's just listening in from their car or whatever. But we're gonna do our best to kind of explain what's happening. So if we want to kind of get in here, of course I am.
How did you get into Smash?
Actually, it was Melee. I was watching
Really?
Hungry Box. Yeah. I watched the Score Esports video.
Oh, on the Icebox documentary?
Yeah, and then I watched them all, and I was like, this is really cool.
Such like a cool community. Did you watch the Smash Brothers documentary?
Yeah, of course. Watch the doc.
I was right after the doc was when I really started getting into Smash.
I guess the only reason that I chose to play Ultimate is because that's what all my friends played, and that was
Same.
important to me. But if I could go back in time, I would probably be a melee person. But I love Ultimate, of course, and I love the community behind it.
I have to say that, like,
The tournament winner. Yep.
just locals have just changed. Like, it sounds stupid that, like, a video game is the thing that changed my life, but locals just gave me this, like, you know, just, like, confidence to go out there and, like, just, like, you know, it made it easier for me to make friends just going to Smash tournaments. My grandma teaches at the college, St. John's, where I go to the Smash Bros. Tournaments, and it just, like, made me feel like this connection where I'm like, oh, so this kind of feels like I'm at home with my grandma baking some cookies, but I'm also baking up some kid in Smash. So, like, it was just really, like, gave me confidence just going to play Smash. It sounds really stupid when I say it out loud, but, like,
No, that's not stupid. I think a lot of people get into esports to make friends, and that's really what it should be all about. Because for most people you aren't gonna, you know, most people in esports aren't gonna make their full-time living off of it. They're doing it for the fun of it. So I think that's a great reason to get into it. That'll be game 1. I am a Puff main in this game. But I'll go ahead and play some other characters. I also play Pichu.
Pichu?
Yeah.
Have you watched that video about the Pichu melee cheater?
Yeah, the Awesome Sauce video.
Yeah, it was... Awesome Sauce is really good. I really like watching that.
Me too.
What was, like, your first tournament like?
For Ultimate?
For any like Smash game.
Well, I've only played in Smash Ultimate tournaments for talking Smash. And it was when I went to college at the University of Delaware.
That's a good college. I like that.
And it was a lot of fun. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, everyone was really nice. Wanted to play friendlies. I made some friends. Like, it was a small local. It was probably about 20 people, maybe.
And that's what all locals are pretty much about.
Yeah. But it was fun.
Crazy wave dash action over there. Yeah, mine was it was a year before my second local, but it was there was a gaming expo on Long Island called Long Island Gaming Expo, and it was run by, like, all the guys who ran locals in Long Island, and they all came together. And it was a 100-person event, but, like, it was so weird because, like, some of the TOs brought their kids, and they were, like, 4. So my winners round 1 and winners round 2 had a combined age of, like, 10. I just played 2 5-year-olds in Smash.
That's funny.
And I got, like, 7th, like a 90-person bracket, just because everybody there was, like, younger than me. And then it was just a few guys like me who were, like, around my age. And then it was, you know, like, top people on Long Island, like Tilde and John Numbers. So it was definitely, I could tell they were also shocked. And then a year later, I found out that colleges had tournaments. Because my grandma told me that, like, oh yeah, they do stuff like that on campus. So I went there, and that definitely felt more like a Smash tournament.
I'm getting absolutely cooked right now. While this man's telling a story, I'm just getting absolutely bodied by his fox. But it is Pichu after all.
Who do you think worst character in Melee, Pichu or Bowser?
Kirby.
Kirby?
Yeah, I think Kirby's slightly worse than Bowser at this point, because Bowser is still a little bit scary when he wins advantage, but I just don't think Kirby can actually do anything.
I can see that. It just like like Kirby at least isn't that slower than most like fast characters. I just feel like Bowser just like the disadvantage is just so miserable, worse than Kirby.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's just like some Bowser moves just completely don't work as well as Kirby. Just sometimes I just feel like Game & Watch. The shield doesn't even work in Game & Watch unless if you light shield.
Yeah. And he can't cancel aerials.
Shoot, I forgot that L canceling existed. I've not been L canceling anything. L cancel. I'm a pro.
Look, guys, it's Melee Ike. He's in the game. Neutral air. Whee!
Double jump nair simulator.
Yes, sir.
What's Game & Watch on the tier list? Like low tier, like right below mid tier?
Yeah, he does well in a couple of matchups. Like, he actually has a surprisingly close matchup with Marth. It's still winning for Marth, but it's not that bad. Also Puff. Puff isn't that bad either. But he just gets absolutely rolled by Falcon, Sheik, and Spaceys, yeah.
DK, do you think DK Renaissance is real?
Absolutely. I've always thought that DK was a little underrated.
Even in Ultimate.
Oh, what?
Even in Ultimate, like across every game, DK is always a bit underrated because of the size.
Yeah. He was a genuine counterpick character in Smash 4. He's never been great, but I don't know. I like him in all the games because he's a fun, goofy character.
You can't really go wrong and not have a fun time while playing DK.
Yeah. Even in 64, a lot of people don't know, but 64 Melee's like that, or DK's like that. Are you gonna die? I'll save you.
I don't have a jump.
No more jumps, okay. Dang.
And just like after like while doing like a safe move on shield, it's harder to grab after that in this game. I'm playing on a pro controller right now. I forgot to have my GameCube controller with me.
Gotcha.
I like this. I think I'm gonna play Melee with pro controller all the time now when I can. What do you think about Game & Watch and Ultimate? Is that like top tier for you?
Yeah, maybe top 10, just outside top 10, somewhere in there. He has a couple of matchups that are really bad for him, but otherwise he's just incredible.
Most people like just forgot about how good Meister was, though.
Yeah, because Meister has some weird lows.
Yeah, Meister just totally just like tunes out sometimes.
Yeah. He also went on the Sora grind for like a year. Oh, that was very good. Oh my god. See, Hungrybox, even Lieutenant can get Tech Chaser S.
Was that like a thing?
Yeah, you just did Tech Chaser S. That's what that was. I couldn't do anything.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
You just did something optimal and you didn't even know. Alright, here's what you really came here for, the Puff Ditto.
The thing in Ultimate too, I got caught with it at a tournament. I was very pissed.
Nice.
Fuck you.
I knew the grab was coming.
No!
No, I was right! Dang it. I'm not dead?
Help me. No.
Oh my god, you're so scared! But I could just die. No! I'm throwing! Okay, that's it. Oh my god.
Good game.
He's thrown for content. Why?
Bye, Grandma.
Oh my god, that was fun. You good, bro? Any last words for you before we go?
Yeah, I will be streaming until 12:30 at night. LT Smash MK. Oh wait, this is a YouTube video.
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna help, bud.
.tv/LT Smash MK. Hit it up, yeah. You can find my Discord on there too. Great LT Smash community. Just a bunch of my immature friends. All right, well, thank you for having me, Anger.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for joining. Of course, this is hopefully going to be a regular podcast. Not quite sure when the next episode will be up, but we want to make this a semi-regular thing. Hopefully, get some stuff up here. Maybe we can talk to some people from AOC. Maybe get commented on here. We'll see what comes up. If you want to check out what's going on with me, twitter.com/EngrAnger_SSBU, and of course I'm on Twitch as well at EngrAnger. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the day. Shoutouts to Ace Cards Esports, of course, and the sponsors that we currently have. Trumpet Trash for making this wonderful artwork, and of course Spark Skill and the Patched Out Pirates for being amazing people as always. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.